It's the regional record extending 950th episode of the Jim King of the TV show on Fox 4, the CW, Strike TV, and YouTube. Enjoy these clips from our royal archives as we gaze in the rear view at our first 18 years on television.
Something was missing and was making me blue, but all I ever needed was you.
It took some work, but we got Neil the Real McCoy in the fold this year for the Beaumont Boys Bash. We're so glad you're back here in Beaumont.
Thank you, Jim.
I'm officially here to officially make you a Beaumont boy.
Uh-oh.
And as your initiation, you can't leave Beaumont for the first month. You can't leave Jefferson County, and you have to perform 7 nights a week in Beaumont, Texas.
Is that right?
That's
Is
your
that all it
initiation.
takes?
Yeah, we'll find you a gig 7 nights a week. You don't have to go on the road anymore. You can stay right here in Beaumont.
If it pays good enough, I'll stay right here in Beaumont.
You'll pack out the Dixie Dance Hall, Starvin' Marvin's, Whiskey River. We'll have you everywhere.
All right, that's the deal.
Come on! Once I was a funky singer. Come on! Playing in a rock and roll band.
This house was it was really funky and sort of broken down, and my rent was virtually nothing. So we lived off virtually nothing. I was there for 3 years before I ever got a phone, and the last day I was there, there had been this air conditioner that was sitting above my bed in my room, and we never even thought to plug it in because it was so busted up looking and stuff. Last day I was there, an old man came by and said, I used to live in this house. This is an old house. I said, yeah, I used to live in this house. Of course, we didn't have air conditioning back then, and I just decided not to even talk to him about that. So I let him walk through, and he walked off. I thought, you know what? I've never checked out the air conditioning. So I got a 2x4 and went over there, and I propped that air conditioner up. I went back around to my room, and I plugged it in. Boom! It just hummed. It blew out cold as air. It's just like a refrigerator.
And did you suffer before then? Or?
It was hot as hell at that house. I mean, there's no wind a lot of times there in the Brazos Valley, right? I couldn't believe I spent all my time there at College Station, no AC, and I had it right there above my head. So there's the true Aggie joke right there.
Man, how time flies when you're having a royal time. It's the regional record extending 950th episode of the Jim King of the TV show.
Well, I like your hat. I wanted to compliment you.
I was going to ask you that because you made a comment 10 years ago. That's the last time we met. You meet so many people you don't remember, but I was wearing this hat. It was a different. It was one of the earlier versions.
Earlier versions, yeah.
It's kind of evolved a little bit.
I thought maybe you'd polished it up or something because it's got some whang to it.
Some new plastic up there, but
yeah.
I think the comment you made. I don't know if you remember this.
Okay. What was my comment?
You said, "Well, I think it looks a little funky."
Did not. That doesn't sound like me.
You said, "I think you got to go with the hat or just with the crown," but I don't know about the two together.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah.
But since then I've loosened up a lot.
Yeah.
I'm more open to things.
You've seen it all now.
Yeah, I've seen it all, I tell you.
King of the Road.
Here comes this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback. No plans to retire yet?
Oh, no, I don't know how to spell retire.
Yeah.
My role models in the age department are particularly one grandfather who lived to be 94, was still driving a bulldozer at 92, and he only learned to operate it when he got in his 50s sometime. So that's the way I'm conducting things. I hope to be able to go as that strong, that long.
So you might be having #1 hits when you're 80 or 90.
That'd be all right, sure.
Yeah.
Well, Moses and Aaron were in their 80s when they were dealing with Pharaoh, so it's, age is just a number.
King of the Road.
That was this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback.
The Texas honky tonk. There's no place like home.
Since 2008, Honky Tonk Texas and Silsbee, Texas has featured a steady stream of the very best in local, regional, and national touring bands. Pack up your posse and boot scoot over to Honky Tonk Texas for great concerts, dancing, drinking, and dining. Of course, steak night is every Thursday, and don't forget about the Honky Tonk Grill. Visit them online at facebook.com/honkytonktx and at honkytonktexas.us. Honky Tonk Texas in Silsbee has been entertaining Southeast Texas since 2008. Where have you been?